Midway point of round number one. Nice uppercut sneaks in for Camarillo.
Yeah, Camarillo placing her punches real nicely right now.
Oh!
Down she goes.
She's out.
She's out.
It is all over.
Wow, man. Now this is absolutely sad news to hear. If you guys missed the Probox TV card last night that went down, headlined by Martinez and ALEEM, for the vacant WBC interim super middleweight title, Martinez won. To open the card up, we had two women go at it. Now, the fight ended in one round. JOCELYN Camarillo, who's a three-time national amateur champion, 21 years old, a highly rated prospect, went up against another woman from North Dakota named ISIS-CO, who doesn't have the amateur background, not even close to what JOCELYN had. This was JOCELYN's sixth fight of her professional career. She's 6-0 now. ISIS had a record of 1 win and 2 losses. One of those fights where you knew for a fact they were setting JOCELYN up to win in great fashion. Now, what was supposed to be a beautiful win and looked fantastic, she knocked her out in the first round, has completely turned sideways, dude. Probox has released a statement on ISIS-CO's health update, on how she's doing. And my goodness, it's not looking good. First of all, JOCELYN just hit this girl with a vicious combination. A vicious combination. That woman should have not been in the ring in the first place. But it is what it is. It's one of those fights where they're building JOCELYN Camarillo's record up to get experience. Even though the woman was only 19 years old, she's 21, 5-0, now 6-0. Going up against a 19-year-old with a record of 1-2. Probox has released a statement and said, on behalf of CEO Gary Jones and the entire Probox family, we are praying for a speedy recovery for ISIS-CO. Mrs. CO is currently in a medically induced coma. Our thoughts are with her and her family at this very difficult time. She's in a medically induced coma. They had to stretcher her out of the ring yesterday. She looked dead. She was laying on the ropes, knocked out. They try to stretch her down on the floor. She's just laying there like body limp. They automatically throw her into the stretcher and they get her out of there.
This one, and the words are now true. She was not going to let this girl breathe. Aggressive forward movement, and Paulie, a beautiful first round finish.
He's being carried out of the ring, stretchered out. This is very, very
This is concerning.
concerning because usually you don't see this in a first round, but she's kind of twitching with her foot a little bit, if you see.
And now she's currently in a medically induced coma. You know how you get placed into a medically induced coma? Like this. There's different types of ways that you will be placed in a medically induced coma, but it ain't good. None of these things are good. Was she having constant seizures? Was her brain swelling? She's in a medically induced coma. You know how people be waking up sometimes from these medically induced comas? My goodness, man. My goodness. This is sad breaking news. And, you know, anybody who keeps up with this channel, just wish this woman, you know, pray for her. Wish that she recovers fully. Wish that when she wakes up, she's not like a vegetable or nothing in her head. I swear, because that's the worst thing that could happen. You know, it is what it is. A lot of these boxers in the early stages of their career, they put you in these fights with fighters that they know you're going to win against. Fighters with losing records. Fighters that have no reason to be in that ring with you, but you're getting experience off of it. And that's what everybody does. That's what the sport is. Okay, it is what it is. But when this stuff happens, when this type of stuff happens, and you see girls like ISIS-CO who should have never been in that ring with JOCELYN Camarillo, they're setting her up against these girls to just basically knock out. It's just like, come on, man. Come on. This is the bad things that happens. You know, we always hear about what's happening with the fighters that are succeeding. But some of these fighters that are getting knocked out and being used for professional fighters to get experience with, you never see what happens with them. Some of these guys take these bad knockouts and their fathers themselves, their mothers themselves, and forever their lives are changed now, and nobody cares, right? It's sad to hear, man. It's sad to hear. This is just how the sport is. It's never gonna change. It's just sad to see. You know, JOCELYN, and shout out to her, because after she got the knockout win, there was a time when she looked scared herself, bro. She wasn't absolutely celebrating, and she stopped. Her and her team started relaxing, and she stopped. And I think I seen her post on Twitter. She made a statement saying that it's a bittersweet feeling, you know, that she got the knockout, but it was bitter at the same time. And now to hear that the girl has been placed in a medically induced coma, I can't even imagine how JOCELYN is feeling right now. Like, damn, you know, it's how the sport is, bro. But you also got to feel for ISIS-CO, man. ISIS-CO, you don't know how she's going to come out of this. To open the card up was like, wow. I recommend you go watch it. It was a first round knockout. It didn't last very long. It opened up the PROBOXTV card that went down yesterday with MARTINEZ and MANUWEL ALEEM. But by goodness, man, this is why at the end of the day, you got to respect any boxer who gets in the ring, win or lose. You know, I seen Louis Ward yesterday on the Zone open up the card, I believe, for the Zone and go up against a fighter who had 4 wins and 24 losses. You know, at one time, the dude had like 14 losses in a row. It's great. You're making your debut, and, you know, you got to get against somebody who has a little bit of experience, and somebody with 4 wins and 24 losses. They fought over 30 times, you know, a lot more than you. You're still a young kid. You're making your professional debut, standout amateur, and that's just the way the sport goes. But sometimes you see these dudes paying for it, man, and it's a goddamn cold game. It's a cold, cold game. But I'm hoping everything ends up well for this woman. Give you guys your prayers. Her name is ISIS-CO. She was only 19 years old with a record of 1-2. JOCELYN CAMARILLO knocks her out in the first round. Now she has a record of 6-0, and this is definitely a girl that you should keep your eyes on, because she's a vicious puncher, man. But I hope everything ends up good for ISIS-CO, man. I'm out.